Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got 3 replays in the E50m, and if you haven't guessed by the title, as always, it's the third mark video for this particular tier 10 tank. So the E50m, it's a very fun medium tank. My only thing with it is it's probably been left behind just a little bit compared to a lot of the other tier 10 mediums now. Like say a Chisel for example, craps all over this thing for the most part, even though I don't like the Chisel myself personally because it annoys me. It does, but that doesn't mean this thing can't be fun. This thing is amazing at ramming. The gun is sexily accurate, and it can just be all round. It's just all round fun generally. So we're on Prokhorovka, and we're platoon with Swindle here. And in this game, I think the last time I'd looked at my mark, I was at 91.6 or something like that. It's one of those ones that keeps fluctuating, and if you've seen my video previously on the E50m, well, I think I did 6 odd K and one and like maybe 8K and I can't remember. Yeah, I did a decent amount in this tank in 2 games, and I was at like 93%, 94% in those games. And I'd been saving those games for the third mark video because there were games where I was relatively close to it. But then 5.0 happened as well, and this mark just fluctuated constantly. I went from 94.5 at one point. I hadn't played a game in it. I was at 94.5, and I didn't play a game in it for a couple of days, just because I didn't play the account. And then I came back and thought, oh, you know what, I should finish this. I've also got to be in the mood. If I'm going 3 miles, I've got to be in the mood to, like, actually do it. And then, yeah, so I came back to it, and it dropped to, like, 91.2. And it was like, I was already at 94%. And then I worked it back up to 94%. Well, it was 93.9, I think it was. And then I didn't play it for a little bit, because, again, it was, I had 93.9%. I had a couple of games in it where basically I sort of went up a little bit and then dropped down a little bit and then kept doing that. So I kept fluctuating between 93.9 and just staying around that number. And then I left it for a little bit just because I got annoyed and thought, you know what, I've got to leave it. Came back and I dropped back down to 90% again. So yeah, I just left it for a little while. But yeah, I played this game. So what's happening in this game at the minute? Well, our team has decided to give up a massive amount of this map, which is never a good thing. So we're intent on falling back. Now, right here, I've taken a position to get some shots at them as they're popping up to try and shoot our guys inside. The E50m gun's let me down a little bit. Obviously, we're ricocheted off the side of the algorithm giant turret. And if he's using the, I think it's the second package or the first package, whichever one gives you more spaced armour on the turret, then it's actually going to be harder to pen the side of his turret because he's got miles of spaced armour on the side of it, because logic. So we're switching to heat now, and that's because of this E100. But he pops back down behind the ridgeline, and again, it's kind of lucky that really that shell goes in against the Andre, because sure, I've got 340 heat pen, right? But heat, no matter the pen, will just get absorbed by spaced armour every now and then. Like, obviously, you think a Jagdpanzer round, okay? You think a Jagdpanzer heat round, 400mm of penetration, right? That can be absorbed by light tank tracks that have got like 20mm of armour. And that's because heat doesn't overmatch. So heat will just get absorbed. But really, I should have left quite a while ago, because for leaving so late on, that means I take all those hits. I think I hoped beyond all hope that I could hold on to that corner, well, hold on to that little space to keep shooting, but it was getting to the point where I was like, yeah, this is not a good idea. So here we go. E50m, most accurate gun, right? Or really accurate gun. It's just not working. It always frustrates me when really accurate guns do it. I aimed a little bit too low there, but for the most part, the aiming reticle was on the lower plate. But right now, I mean, I've just got lit because of that Tiger 2, right? But right now, there was a slight oddity with that. With the spot in there. Because on this little corner, that FV2 on 5B wasn't spotting me. He was 190 metres away. He's got 400 metres view range if he's running a decent crew. Like, right now, look. 100 metres away. Can't see me until I fire. There's a small oddity with that corner, which means camo for some reason works. I don't know. It's weird. It was a weird one. But yeah, we are now in a position where we are just having to fire as much as we can. And hopefully we'll get away with it. That Tiger 2 gets deleted by the 705A. He loses his head, unfortunately for him. And we get a hell of a lot of spotting from it. Now I'm going to keep trying to pummel in shots where I can. I don't realise there's a medium tank on my right, which would have saved me some health. We shut him down, but they're determined to come round. That 705A comes round and blaps us. And that's the end of our game. But we're still getting a bit of spotting there from these guys getting shot up, which is nice after we've died. But then that's it. So we end up finishing the game with what, that's 7.3k combined, something like that, and that leaves us on 93%. So I jumped to, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's 7.3k combined, so that's enough to make a big jump anyway. But we jumped up to about 1.5%, maybe, whatever, and yeah, we're at 93%. So we carried on, and this is the game straight after. And we're on Abbey, which everybody loves to see constantly, right? I know you all love Abbey. I love Abbey. It's... Who doesn't love... Just who doesn't love Abbey? Yeah. Yeah. I wish I didn't keep saying it. So, we're going to do what we normally do. Take the middle. Aggressively, and do it. So right now we are like, should we go? I'm at 93%, so I am a bit more hesitant. And there is that light tank, but nothing is coming up. So we decide, yeah, okay, let's go. Let's go surprise this light tank and give him a good shellacking. But he's gone. Legit, he came up into the middle of the Abbey and then ran away. Only Swindle was spotted, so I don't know what possessed him to do that. Anyway, so we're going to see if we can pop a shot at this Death Star. Unfortunately, the reload, and that's the main thing with this tank, is the reload is a little bit slow. Because they nerfed it when they nerfed the E50, and they put it back to, what, 7.4, I want to say, or something, or no, maybe even more. Basically, they nerfed the reload, and made one of the lowest DPM medium tanks even lower. It's not as bad as the Progetto. God damn, that thing's slow reload. But yeah, it's quite slow. And sometimes when the games go fast, this tank doesn't keep up. So we're trying to pop shots, so we missed that M103 as he crossed earlier, which was a bit annoying. But their push is extreme down that flank. We try and shut down the 432, and he gets shut down by the E5. And right now I'm having nightmare vision flashbacks to the previous games when I was, because I have been at 94% quite a few times before the random ass drops that the game gave me. I've been at 94% about twice, maybe 3 times, and above. I got to 94.98 at one point and then completely fluffed it. So I was having nightmare visions of what this game was doing right now, in the fact that their team were pushing in places that I couldn't really get shots at, but I didn't want to be aggressive and throw away like I have done before. So yeah, I was having nightmares of those games, and like just the games where I only do about I think it's 2.5k is what I end up doing in games that like get thrown away, and that is just nowhere near enough. So we are now in this position where we're just going to farm this E5. He's donating hit points, and we want to track him. We've got this T57 heavy, sorry, and we want to track him because we want him to farm as the assisted. So do it, T57. And he gives us 2 shots because he bounced one. And I swear it fired 2 there. 3, sorry. Like, okay. This E5's like, I'm out. Nah, mate, you're not out. E50m doesn't let you go like that. So that being detected there, someone probably looking at us from our own base or from their base, I don't know. But we don't want that. But they are marauding into our base, so we want to go and get some shots at people. Now that Manticore is going to be a bit of a pain in the butts, in the backside, because he's going to start just sitting there and popping shots into our side. Now how that shot misses on the M103, I don't know. Obviously he got unspotted, so he could have moved at that last second, right? But yeah. Now accurate gun, again fully aiming shots at like a T57 heavy. And this is where the Manticore starts popping in shots. Annoyingly, he's not being pressured, so he can just put shots at us. This T10, I don't know what he's doing, so we'll take the donated shots into the butt. And then we pull back. Again, we're trying to see if we can get shots of people. We're getting a little bit lucky that we're not... There we go. There's the T57 heavy, popping his shots in. And the Manticore does it again. So now I'm pretty confident that T57 Heavy has shot his clip. So we're just going to keep trying to reset this cap now, because they're all in there. We'll reset the Super Conqueror by accident, but look, the cap timer is really low, and I'm really wary now of that E50M. Not E50M, the Manticore, sorry, because the Manticore is just looking for the shots on the side. Which is why we're starting ripping off this now. But they can ped my turret easily, because that's the sad thing about the E50M. It has no turret armour. It's very easy ped. It's only like 200 armour effective on the turret. So a lot of tanks will just destroy it. We get lucky that that E4 doesn't shut us down, but we are spotting him as well. Which means we're getting nice GC assisted. We shut him down. And there's just the T57 Heavy and this Manticore. And we're looking for a revenge shot on this Manticore, hoping he'll pull out, but he seems to be quite happy to just sit there and not give anyone a shot. He gets shut down anyway. There's just the arty left in that corner at A9, and he is going to get shut down. But we've had a nice game. I think we had maybe 2. I think we definitely had 1 blind shot at least. We might have had 2. So if we had 1, then that's 8.2k combined, and at 93% that's a nice amount to get. So yeah, we did get a blind shot, 6.1k. So yeah, 8.3k combined, and we shoot up to just beyond 94%, which is very nice to have. And then 24 shots fired, 20 hits, 17 pens. Now, for a gun this accurate on the E50M, that is sometimes a bit of a frustrating point, that a gun so accurate can miss and not hit where you want. Because generally the ones where you do hit and don't pen are the ones where you fully aimed at lower plates, like that FE215B in the first game, and the shots just go underneath or like hit the upper plate, and you're like, no, the lower plate's giant, why are you missing? So anyway, this is the 3rd game, and we're on Fisherman's Bay, and we're shooting down that pesky little building in the middle. So what happened was, we ended up playing a few games, or not playing a few games, I ended up playing another game after that, and it wasn't very good, and I dropped back below 94 again. And so I played another game, so we stopped that on Swindle Stream, and I played another game before this, and it was about 5k, it was a 5k loss, but it was enough to put me back up to like 94.3, I think it was. And then I had this game. And this game we are on the Fisherman's Bay Ridge, and we're just going to try and keep working this ridge line as much as we can. So we're trying to pen that E4, but we track it only. But we did get some assistance from spotting him. Now that's going to be a big thing in this game, because I end up getting quite a lot of spotting, as you'll see. So again, we try and shoot that E4 in the lower plate, track it only. And I'm getting slightly frustrated at this point, because I'm like, I just want to pen it. We track it again, because it's like, oh, you know what, he's feeding me assistance right now, so I'll take it. And then we spot these guys over here, and we get a nice shot into the side of that 60 TP's turret, and then they both get blapped. Artillery lands a massive shell, and that gives us like nearly 2 what, 1.8k spotting, something like that, which was beautiful. It was at that point I was going, oh yes, thank you so much, like, please do it more. So right, I want to get more shots at the side of the 60 TP, but I am concerned that there's something at the back somewhere that could shoot me. And of course we shoot the 60 TP in the side of the turret where we penned it last time and bounce, because why not? And we'll come back up against this guy's side of his turret, pop another one in, and it flies straight in. And we are getting the spotting on this guy, which is very, very nice. So look, it's ticked up to 3.3 now. We are getting very close to the threshold for what we actually need to go up. We get a nice shot into that E4, and then we pull back because there's definitely things looking at us. And we're just, again, looking for what we can get more shots at. And we're also trying to keep our eyes on targets as well so that we can get some more spotting. So we pop up to try and see if we can finish this 60 TP. We do. We shut him down. And at this point I am starting to think that there's just that 277 in the town. There's not much else. Because look how many people are spotted in that corner. And I'm not getting detected when I'm over here. So I'm going to be a bit more bold now. And take up a stronger position to get shots at these guys. And get spots. Now that's the one thing you've always got to assess. Is it safe to move up? Now the fact that when I was spotted after that 60 TP got shut down, I wasn't getting detected, made me think that I could do this. So that T49 is going to be a little bit pesky. And keep trying to pop up to get shots at us. We get a nice shot into him after he bounced. And we're going to try and get another one in. And we missed because we just misled it a little bit. But right now I'm thinking we're on a, we're kind of good. I know obviously some of it's tracking. But we're kind of good at the minute. Because we're at 6k combined. Which is enough to go up. And if you discount the 800 spot or 800 tracking we got on the E4. We're still enough to go up. So that T49's been a bit of a pest. He's just run rings round basically. And that artillery gets spotted. Shoot it. Get rid of it. Because it's one of those things that can just bloody shut us down in one shot. Now this T49's running back this way. And we're thinking, right, we want to get shots at this guy. Because he's just going to be a little pest continuously. Get a nice shot into him for 395. And he's coming back again. And we're not having this. 409. Leaves him on 10 health. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish him off, but then he gets shut down by the G-Saw, so thank God he's gone. And I'm trying to just look for shots here. They've all disappeared because everything that attacked down that way is now dead. And that's good for us in a way, because now we can actually push up and spot these guys, for which we will get some spotting, which is what we're angling for right now. So we spot the M60 in the base. Although I think the G-Saw actually did. But he gets lit up. And we're going for the 705A. We want to finish this guy off. We get a nice shot into his side to clear him out. And there's just these two over here now. And the M60 on my left. So, we're going to get some good side shots into this IS-7. Which is exactly what we wanted. As he's still in the open for us. Which is... This is like dreamland. Because obviously the E50m is so accurate for the most part that you can get these shots in. And that pushes us up to 5.8k damage. And we're going to see if we can finish him off. We do. 4 kills. And there's just the artillery left. So, out of this game we're at 9.5k combined. If you take off the 800, or 9.4k combined, somewhere around that region anyway. If you take off the 800 assisted, we're still at 8.5k, maybe more, but that was way more than enough. We get the high caliber, the ace tanker, the third mark of excellence jumps us up just a little bit more than 1%, and get the sniper obviously for a gun that's so accurate. Made 84,000 credits as well, which is pretty tasty. But yeah, 25 shots fired, 22 hits, 21 pens. The E50m, it can still be an incredibly fun tank. Ramming is also a beast in this thing. Who doesn't love ramming things? And just some good games on a tank that I've been meaning to get done for quite a while. I've had quite a few setbacks with it because of just reasons. And I'm just incredibly happy that I managed to get it done. So, as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.